crazy articulating hinges, and the gas struts are on, which means I'm not strong enough to move it without the weight of the door. He's been the most tenacious person on this, and we've nicknamed him the Honey Badger.
You guys won't believe this. I'm from Bump-Ass, Virginia. Tinder actually works in Antarctica, believe it or not.
What's up, people, and welcome back to the Lykan Hypersport build with Genius Garage. Gonna go over that, show you the details, gonna talk to one of the students, and also, and very excitedly, we just entered the WeatherTech International Challenge with Brian Redman at Road America. That's gonna be in Wisconsin, Elkhart Lake area, Road America, this month, July 23rd through the 26th. So we're gonna be there with the yellow Corvette. So Genius Garage is getting this prepared and ready to go. It's gonna be real exciting in Group 10. Already over 30 cars entered. And basically everything there is pumping between 650 and 900 horsepower. So that'll be exciting. But even more excitingly, we're going to bring the Lykan. Now, it's not going to be painted. It's not going to be totally done, but it'll be there and driving. So it's going to be a lot of fun. So we hope you all come out, enjoy the sports cars, enjoy vintage racing, hang out, check it out. And the Lykan is officially entered in the downtown Elkhart Lake Concours and Parade. So we are going to be bringing it down. You're going to see it move, and come be part of the project. Come check out the progress, you know. Is it a trailer queen? No. Is it finished? No. But it's going to be a lot of cool. It's going to be a lot of fun, really cool, and we hope you guys come check it out. So keep in mind, the concours for this, if I'm not mistaken, is Saturday night, July 25th from Road America to Elkhart Lake. Gonna be a lot of fun. And then fingers crossed we can take the yellow Corvette to the race car concours the night before, but I don't know, it might be full on the entries, but we will be racing it. So I want you guys to check out what's going on. Obviously the guys are working on these crazy articulating hinges, and the gas struts are on, which means I'm not strong enough to move it without the weight of the door. Also, and a lot of the details and progress going on is small. So it might be kind of boring for the internet, and you know what I mean, Tyler, the internet people are like, why isn't it painted yet? I don't see anything different. Oh, why aren't you done with that? I do it this way. Well, that's cool. You can build your own car. But in the meantime, there's lots of little things going on, such as supports happening for the frontal area. Dan, where's your wipers going on?
Got the wiper motor here.
Excellent. Yeah. So Dan here is modifying windshield wipers from the Porsche unit that would have been for two to be a single wiper blade, such as Lykan. Do you want to show them approximately how that'll go in?
So this arm will have to be kind of C-shaped. It's
going
to sit down in here. I'm going to move around this bracket and then have two kind of flat mounts from here to here to kind of hold it in place well.
Right. Go into the structure.
Have a big wiper coming off around here.
Okay, that's cool.
Yep.
So you guys can tell there is a lot of engineering and fabrication behind the scenes, and by scenes I mean the bodywork going on. And that's why you may notice it doesn't seem like it was really fast to get things in place and then seems slower. But it's not slower. We're all working our butts off, right?
Very tedious, yeah.
Very tedious. Yeah. So let's go see what Tyler's got going on with the doors, and then I actually want to interview him with you guys. Who are these people? Well, what do you got here, Tyler?
I think this will speak for itself.
Yeah, and you didn't lift that up. That's with the pneumatic strut.
No, that is with the strut. We've got, if you want to come around the back, the gas strut is in place, or at least, you know, one of the ones I plan on using. Yep, right here. So I built a bracket for it off of the body. And yeah, so we went for a little different design than Lykan does. Actually, Lykan has a big gas strut that comes from the bottom and lifts the door straight up. However,
I like this better. It's hidden.
Yeah, the gas strut's hidden on this one. So we can fiberglass this in, make this hole a little smaller, and make it look a little bit nicer.
Right. And the neat thing about this is also, and keep in mind, there's no weight in this door yet because it doesn't have the glass. It doesn't have all the stuff. So it's a little over boosted. But when you bring this down on the pneumatic, when it comes down to the bottom part of the sweep, if I let go, it's literally gonna, look at this, it's literally closing itself because of how they were able to get the gas strut in there.
And I still do have to do some adjustment because there is a lot of adjustment. Yeah. The stopper plate that holds the door shut until it's out far enough away from the striker to open up needs a lot of different adjustment. You can see it comes to a certain point here.
Oh, screwing everything up.
Yeah, that was just rested in there.
Dan, where are the latches?
Yeah. And as you can see, we need to install some rubber stoppers and stuff because, like Casey said, the door is really light right now, so it likes to bounce.
Well, you also have it engineered for the weight that it'll have.
Yes, yeah. So it's gonna weigh quite a bit more once we have the window regulator and the locks and all of that good stuff in. So right now it's just a fiberglass skin with some metal in it. But once that's all together, it should, weigh a little bit more, and it won't bounce like it does. It'll be a lot more stable too. So this is just the beginning stages of getting the gas strut in, getting it adjusted, figuring out where the door needs to go, and then we're going to start getting to adjusting fitment, adjusting height, and all that good stuff too. So,
and for people to understand what goes into just making these doors work, and like the behind the scenes stuff like Dan's doing with windshield wipers and window regulators and latches and making all that work, it's incredibly tedious.
It's very tedious,
and you have spent, like 2 weekends in here from morning until late at night, engineering and welding and fabricating just all these hinges and stuff, right?
Just the door assemblies have been kind of a huge pain in the butt. Because I think I mentioned in the last video how, the doors are curved and they've got some bends to them, and so I've got to make the door skins fit, and then just getting the hinges to work.
You mean there's a little bit of warp to them?
There's a lot of warp to them because they were jumped out of a 2-story building multiple times. So getting that to all fit straight has definitely been really tedious, and then getting the hinges to work because, before when this was a Boxster, there was nothing here.
Right.
So,
and it's not even fair calling it a Boxster anymore. There's nothing Boxster about
when
this.
It was a Boxster, but there was nothing here. There was no structure here. So building structure that is strong enough to support the doors, support the gas struts and all that, that's been a long, tedious process.
The front clip area, shall we say, and trunk, that's Porsche, just like the Lykan Hypersports.
Yes.
But everything from the firewall back is custom fabricated.
Yeah, I mean, since everything past our little extension there and the whole cage unit, that's all us, who built the whole thing.
Oh, yeah, and you're underselling that, actually. Well, what I wanted to do today, guys, was you guys have seen a Tyler a lot in these videos, obviously a bunch of other students, but I wanted to sit down with him and just kind of interview him, find out who this guy is, because he's been the most tenacious person on this, and we've nicknamed him the Honey Badger. I think you guys will get that. So you want to just sit down and do it? Grab some tires? Cameron, we're stealing your racing tires.
Fair enough.
You got new ones anyway. Yeah. Okay. All right, what's your name, dude?
I'm Tyler, and I'm here working for Genius Garage.
Where are you from?
You guys won't believe this, I'm from Bumpass, Virginia.
Is that how you pronounce it?
It's supposed to be Bumpass, but it is Bumpass. That is where I'm from. And it's not a small place. It's about halfway between Fredericksburg and DC.
Do you know the etymology of that name?
I don't actually. It was some guys, the guy who founded the area was his name.
Do you know the etymology of that guy?
No, I don't. I can't say that I do, and nor would I really care to look into it. I just find it interesting and funny to tell people whenever they ask me where I'm from.
Okay, so this is Tyler from Bumpass, Virginia.
Yeah.
Okay, what year are you in school? Where do you want to go with your academic career and career after this? Why are you here?
So I just finished my associate's degree. I was doing concurrent enrollment through high school, and this is my first year out of high school, finished my associates. From here,
how old are you?
19.
Okay.
So I want to pursue some sort of engineering and mechanical background, and that's kind of what I'm here to learn and figure out what I'm doing, and just getting my hands in as many honeypots as I can.
Well, you were about ready to go into engineering with which college again?
I was looking at going to VTech. So the college that I was at has an automatic transfer program that I could have taken to go to Virginia Tech had I so choose. Yeah. So I was looking at doing that until I got accepted out here to come out here, and I figured I couldn't pass up the hands-on experience that I would get out here. That has already served me incredibly well.
Very true. Okay, so I'm going to start asking you annoying questions that are difficult to answer. So just answer them how you feel, not how you think people want you to answer them.
Okay.
Okay. So how's a 19-year-old guy from Bumpass, Virginia, able to just dive into a Lykan build like this and being like the prime welding guy and being this tenacious and doing engineering on the fly? How are you doing this?
I've always been kind of like somebody who wants to just get stuff done. So, it wasn't really a big change moving into a working environment where things need to get done. I was happy to, learn welding, make my welding a lot better than it was.
What have you welded before you got here?
Before I got here, I had a cruddy little flux core MIG machine that I, put subframe connectors on my Mustang and did jobs here and there. But this was the first time I'd ever welded on a proper argon shielded gas machine. And so, you know, I have done many hours of welding on the car. I've done almost all the welding. Actually, I have done all the welding you see on the cage and the hinges and everything there.
Well, we haven't been welding that with argon, though. You're thinking of our TIG machine.
Yeah, it's a 75-25 mix, almost
the detailed people out there will call us out.
But
anyway.
but yeah, so you know, the first time I really have been seriously welding with a shielded gas machine, I did a lot of practice and I started working on this, and it's helped me a lot. You know, I can say that I'm a lot more proficient than when I started.
Let me ask you this: what is your opinion now about the nature of learning by doing?
I think it's number one, honestly. Like, you can read as many books as you want, and you know, you can get as, you know, educated as you can with book smarts, but until you get your hands into it and physically learn how something works, I don't think you have a complete understanding of something until you physically see how it works. I would
agree. And I'm glad you feel that way and have experienced it, because that's the core of what Genius Garage is.
Yeah.
You know, you went from not having much experience, and no classroom is going to give you the opportunity to do this stuff. There's no class. There's no. You can. If you want to go get more serious, you can go take classes in welding. But you've got to learn by doing. And frankly, right now, I would trust you to weld the cage in any race car I'm running.
I could sit and watch YouTube videos all day about welding, but I'm not going to get any better until I try.
You got to get there and do it.
Which is what this program has given me. You know, of other things, you know, such as just learning basic engineering, figuring out how nodes work on a cage and how to make things not flex and, you know, not be all flimsy. And no, I think it's helped me a lot.
And structure and torsional rigidity and all that. Well, you're doing fantastically. So you want to go into mechanical engineering. That's your direction in school.
Yeah.
You still got a number of years left. What's your goal after that? Where do you want to go career-wise and life-wise?
Honestly, my deal I've always wanted to open like a fabrication shop for doing race car stuff. And, you know, it's such a volatile market that, you know, anything can happen. Anything can happen.
You mean liability and the whim of rich people?
Yeah, anything can happen. But I've always wanted to kind of do what I'm doing here and just, you know, building and fabricating cool things for cool cars. I've always enjoyed mechanics, but I've never just wanted to be, you know, like the lube guy at Firestone.
Fair enough.
So I want to take my, you know, new learned understanding of mechanics and building and welding and all that and go take it somewhere where I can apply it to things I love, such as race cars. So.
Well, you got to be stoked about going to Road America.
I am.
And being around hundreds of the best cars, from Formula One cars to Can-Am to what we got going on.
Oh, absolutely. I'm very excited about that. Yeah.
So we better go stomp a lot of the competition so you can walk up to shops and be like, hey,
hey, you see that car? I worked on that.
I know Cameron wants to get a job. He's going to be walking around.
Yeah, he will be.
Well, cool. But he's got a different path. He wants to be a motorsports mechanic.
Yeah.
You're engineer and business direction. Okay, so you used to work on cars a lot. What kind of cars do you tinker with, and what level of car are they?
So my first car was kind of a crappy 944, which is how I got into cars in the first place. I didn't quite know what I was getting into, and I got to the point where something was broken every weekend because it was kind of a piece of crap, and I kind of just had to learn by doing because I wanted to keep the car and I didn't have the money to go take it to the dealership. So
same story for me.
Yeah, it was
why would you take any car to a dealership?
Because to be fair enough, some people don't have the expertise or time or effort, or, you know, to do it, but I do.
I was going to say it's because you like free coffee and getting screwed.
Fair enough. You know, you can take stuff to this dealership all you want, but yeah.
Anyway.
So I didn't, you know, I wanted to keep it. The clutch blew out, and that was like my first big job where I'm like, okay, I've got a set of $20 Harbor Freight tools and my parents' garage. I gotta figure out how to do this.
Well, and honestly, I'm glad you said that, because when you were applying here with what you got going on, when you told me, and I interviewed you via Skype, that you successfully changed the clutch in a 944 in a garage with crappy tools, I'm like, this guy is tenacious and smart. Because that's not that easy to do.
No, it was not easy to do. You know, it was a job, that's for sure. Definitely one of the harder jobs I've done on cars. And since then, I've done a lot of work on 944s. I have a good friend of mine who we work on 944s a lot, and he does, you know, spec racing and takes his cars out and stuff. So I've had a lot of experience with those. I worked for a used car dealership for a couple of years, just doing like, you know, shade tree mechanic work, and I got my hands in a lot of different makes and models like that. And slowly, I've just been building knowledge about different cars. And
So here's a question for you. You have military in your family. Your dad's a Marine.
Yep.
You're not enlisted, right?
No.
But how would you say that family background, just from that nature of teamwork, hierarchy of command, diligence, work ethic. How has that helped you here and in school?
Well, my dad has always had the most crazy work ethic out of anybody I know. And honestly, I aspire to that. And, you know, seeing him being like one of the hardest, like the hardest worker I've ever known has just kind of motivated me to try to stand in the same footsteps. So, you know, coming here and just doing and, you know, keeping procrastination to a minimum and just getting stuff done as good as I can. So.
Yeah, no, it's very good. Okay, so another interesting thing, if you don't mind me saying, you have recently interviewed for and are applying to go somewhere extreme, cold, and silly to work on stuff. What's the deal with that?
So I have not fully applied yet, but I'm thinking of going to work for PAE out in Antarctica, doing mechanic work on their like Tucker Snowcats and their you know, the F-150s with mat tracks and the snowmobiles and stuff like that. And I think this experience will definitely help with that.
I think it will.
I think it will. And, you know, it's just one of those things I figured while I'm younger and I don't have any particular ties to a company or a business yet, I figured it would be a really cool job to do and, you know, build more resume experience. And not many people can say they worked in Antarctica. I figured it'd be a cool thing to do.
How long would you be there for if you got the gig?
It's usually in 6 months rounds because they have you know, a summer season and a winter season.
You mean they have day and night?
Pretty much, yeah. It's 24 hours of sunlight during the summer and 24 hours of, you know, darkness during the wintertime. And so...
Men go mad!
Yeah, I figured it'd be a cool thing to do.
What do you think the dating scene in Antarctica is like?
We talked about this and I looked it up. Tinder actually works in Antarctica, believe it or not. On McMurdo Station, they have internet, and apparently there were some people that matched. So apparently,
okay. We're off track, but this is great.
Yeah.
I forgot where I was even going with this. Antarctica Tinder. Strap in, people. Casey Putsch's YouTube channel. Well, fantastic, man. I'm excited for you to go to Road America, meet people, see what's going on.
I'm excited about that, too. Yeah.
That'll be a stressful environment. Obviously, racing, we got to get it done. But also, when we do it and do it right, it's a heck of a lot of fun. Yeah. Very rewarding. I hope that you're finding the same amount of fun and reward with the Lykan, even though it's not moving yet. As a note, we didn't test it yet. Mid-Ohio had to cancel their test day. So we're waiting for an upcoming one. And so now we're using that time just to get things more done rather than rush to testing. As another note, we're not just going to take it to any old track day with point buys for like a club environment. We need a much more professional environment for this. So that's why we were going to go to Mid-Ohio for their, you know, their official things and all, because it'll be in with race cars. It'll be very, very professional environment. So that's that. But that'll be coming here soon. And that's about it. What else you want to say? You know, I don't know. What do you think of Ohio?
It's very flat. You know, I back in Virginia, it's a little more hilly. Yeah. But it's pretty flat out here. I enjoy it though. You know, I'm not used to living in like a town area, so the college town has definitely been a change. But you know, I spent a lot of time here working on the car, and I enjoy doing that. So. What's been your biggest positive surprises from coming out to Genius Garage here? I wouldn't say it's a surprise, but I was very happy that all of the guys here are awesome. You know, there's not a single person here who I would not like feel confident in just working with for a very long time. I enjoy working with everybody here, and I'm happy to, you know, be here, and everyone's pretty awesome. So very cool. Yeah. What would you say to everybody watching, especially younger people out there that see us goofing around and not understanding the difference between goofing around and being serious? Like, to the people that don't get why, if we're doing serious stuff at Genius Garage, why are we not just serious all the time? I think you'd go mad if you were just serious all the time. I think it's important to be able to goof around, and it helps team building. You know, when everybody can be relaxed and goofy around each other, I think when we are being serious, it helps us get a lot more work done because we know how others operate. For sure. So for sure. Well, cool. Anything else you want to say to everybody? Stay tuned. Fair enough. Stay tuned. A lot more work to come. It's going to be really exciting, and you're sticking around for a couple months anyway. Yeah, I'm going to see the project all the way through to the end. So as long as SEMA goes on, I'll be at SEMA all the way through here till November. Very awesome. And don't forget, end of July in Elkhart Lake, Wisconsin, at the WeatherTech International Challenge with Brian Redman. You think they can come up with shorter names? Yeah. Either way, amazing event, great for spectators. Genius Garage is bringing out the yellow IMSA Corvette, and we are going to race it. And we are also bringing out the Lykan, even though it's not done. We're going to have a lot of fun. Come look us up. Say hi. It's going to be a great time, and we hope to see you there. All right. Catch you guys next time. See you.